Hey, what's going on everybody? Gleez here, and in this video we're going to go over a basic tutorial in the gameplay mechanics of fighting EX Lair. Now it's going to go over combos, movement, linking those combos, wake up situations. We're not going to get into the goji so much in this video. I can do that in a separate video. I think it'll be too much, but just going over different types of gameplay mechanics to get you started, get you, off the ground running as you pick up a new fighting game and a new combat system. So stay tuned because it's going to be awesome. So I'm going to start off just showing some different gameplay mechanics here with Kairi. And we're not going to focus so much on the gojis, but the one thing that I do want to focus on is the command type. So you have progressive, which is a little bit more simple, and then you have classic. Classics are your quarter circle forward movements off of fireball. So like to get a fireball special out, quarter circle forward. Your supers are quarter circle forward twice in a row and a button. All right, so classic type Street Fighter inputs. The progressive is much more simple. So it's forward and a button for all of your specials, back and a button for all of your specials. Down and a button or up and a button, depending on the type of special and the character. Much easier to get the moves out. The supers are also back forward and then a button, or forward back and a button. Much easier to input the supers as well. So far, through my experience, progressive has been much better. I have no issue playing with classic controls on past Street Fighter games, past fighting EX Lair games even. For whatever reason, the controls are a bit wonky in this game with classic. I'm not really quite sure why. Progressive just works so much better, but use whatever is best for you. Alright, so we're going to talk about all of the basic stuff with the game, and it's not really going to be so much character specific. They're going to be ideas that are going to translate to all different characters. So you have three different buttons. You have your light, medium, and heavy. All right, and you have those for kicks and you have those for punches. You also have, if you hit both mediums together, you have another attack that is a little bit different for everyone. It's like a heart attack. All right, notice it's overhead. So this is both mediums, medium punch, medium kick. For this character, it's overhead. All right, and you can cancel these into super. So if I wanted to hit someone with this, I can cancel into super. Alright, so just keep that in mind. We'll get more into cancels in a little bit. But that's what these unique attacks kind of bring to the table for some characters. Now you also have another unique attack, which is typically forward and a button. So for Kairi, forward and medium kick has this unique attack where it's like a lunging forward knee. Now some characters have other attacks that are a little bit different. They have different properties. But that's the property that he has. All right, you can also cancel his. Some characters you can't cancel them. You can cancel his, though, into a super. All right. Now, the way the combos work. Your combos work in a way that basically goes from light, medium to heavy. All right, and they're called chains. So as you run in, all right, you can light, medium, heavy, crouch, and it doesn't matter if you go kicks to punches. So I can go like 2 kicks and then end in a punch. All right, notice that. All right. You also have a throw, which are both the lights. All right, so you push both lights together. That's also how you tech throws. If someone comes in to throw you and you react quickly, you can tech their throw by hitting the 2 buttons to throw. So we're gonna move her to the middle here. Now, when it comes to your strings or your chains, if you're not running, notice when I run and I attack, I get like a slide animation. So as I'm attacking, I slide into the opponent. All right, if I do this from here, all right, notice I whiff. All right, and certain moves have certain distances that they travel. All right, also, so if I go, all right, that doesn't even link, medium. So crouching weak kick, medium punch doesn't even link. All right, so you have to know your distances, all right, how far your attacks go out to hit your opponent, how far the pushback is. All right, so you have to know that if you're not running in. When you're running in, typically everything links because you have that slide in. All right, so that's something to keep in mind. Now you can go from light, medium, heavy, but you can also add in your unique move. So the forward or back and a button move. So he has the knee, so watch. So I'm gonna go with the 3, so it'll be light, medium, heavy. All right, and then I'm going to go into my unique attack. All right, just like that. So that's your 4-hit string right there, 4-hit chain. Now, what I'm gonna do with him here is show you how to link your supers at the end of that. All right, so with Kyrie in particular, he gets a setup situation off of this where he can land that super. All right, so I'm going to show you what that looks like in combo. Now, you have to do something that's called hit confirming. So you're going to go in with your string. All right, so we're going to use that super. She jumped out because she combo broke. All right, but you have to hit confirm, meaning that I have to see visually that my opponent is getting hit and he's not blocking. Because if I go into the knee is an unsafe move. So it is rather negative, meaning that when I hit someone with this, or I should say when someone blocks this attack, they can then recover quicker than me, and they can hit me and put me into a combo or just do some type of damage where I can't block. So basically you have to hit confirm this before going into it, and a lot of characters work this very same way. You have to visually see that your opponent is getting hit before you go into your super or into your specials. Or for some characters, your unique attack is also going to be punishable. Now, besides linking your supers at the end of change, you can also link your specials. Alright, so notice I linked my special at the end. And you have to experiment with this with each character. It's a little bit different as to what specials you can link. All right, so now we're going to take this one step even further. We're going to run in. We're going to go with our light, medium, heavy. We're going to cancel into our special move, and then we're going to cancel our special move into our super move. All right, see that? So now I can link the special, or I'm sorry, the super after the special move. Now, there are certain characters that have situations that their special move puts the opponent, when you hit them, in a perfect spot for one of their supers. All right, and it's different for every character, but we're going to take a look at Kyrie right here. They get hit by the Cyclone. And cancel right into that. All right, so what we're going to do now is the full chain with the unique attack, and we're going to cancel two supers at the end. So you can link a super. In the middle of your super, you can link into another super, and it looks like this. All right, notice I was able to link into two different supers there, and they work very well in conjunction with one another. Now, there may be instances where certain supers do not link very well for your character together, and that's okay, that's normal. Every character is a little bit different. Now, some additional properties to some of these moves, the supers are all invincible, at least that I've seen. So if someone tries to run in and push a button, so like let's say I go to run in on Blair and she does her super and I attack, my attack's going to go through her and she's going to hit me with her super. All right, it's invincible. Also on Wake Up, a lot of times you'll see people use their super, and Wake Up is when the opponent's on the ground. So most people, when you have their opponent on the ground, they're going to go in for more attacks. All right, now your opponent knows that, obviously. So what they're going to do is they are going to possibly use a bar of meter to do their super. It's going to cause your attack to whiff, and you're going to be in what's called recovery frames. So you're going to be like in the middle of an attack, and then they're going to hit you into their super. So just keep that in mind. Also, when linking combos together, certain characters can juggle after their super. So they can actually hit you up into the air, and they can juggle you with different attacks. A good character that's an example of that is Alan. If you use Alan, he does a great job of hitting you up into the air and then juggling you. Kyrie, not so much. All right, he's not really a juggle character, but he is a character that follows all of the basic fundamentals. Now, one of the things that you will have to be able to do very well is keep people out of the air in this game. Typically, a crouch heavy punch, all right, is going to keep people out of the air. There are certain other moves that will also help. His standing heavy kick, all right, does a decent job, but this is typically the most. Your crouching heavy punch is usually what's going to work for most characters. Some characters are different, all right, but for most characters, crouching heavy. You also have moves that are invincible, so certain special moves, similar to how supers are invincible. Kyrie has a DP, or a dragon punch. This is an invincible move on wake up, so when I'm on the ground, I oftentimes will use this to get someone away from me. Now, if someone is smart, what they could actually do is run up, whiff a button, so let's say like this, whiff a button, and then block. All right, and then they'll probably bait me doing this, and this move is fully punishable, meaning that it's so negative that my opponent on block will recover before me, and they'll be able to hit me and put me into a combo. So keep that in mind. Most of your supers are also negative. So if you wake up with your super and they block, you're going to be in for a world of hurt. All right, so keep all that stuff in mind. Now, when pressuring an opponent, there are a few different things you can do. You can run in, all right, do some type of chain combo into a knockdown, and you can also do what's called a cross-up jump. Those of you familiar with Injustice or Street Fighter, cross-up jumps are a staple of hold back to block games. So the cross-up basically is a jump where your opponent may or may not realize what side it's going to land on, so it flips their controller. Now, for most characters, the medium kick is going to be the cross-up jump button. All right, as you see right here, I can land on her head or on her backside and make it really difficult for my opponent to know what side this attack is actually hitting on. All right, notice a couple times it went to the opposite side. That time it stayed on the same side. All right, so you have to change your jump angle. All right, each character has a slightly different jump angle, so make sure that you practice with your character and understand how their cross-up works, and understand as well where to place it to make it hard to block. All right, or make it look as though it may be on one side when it actually lands on the other. Now, on wake up, one of the great things to do is run in like you're going to pressure and then neutral jump. All right, a lot of times against characters on the cast, a neutral jump will bait out all of their different wake up options. They'll whiff, and then you can go in and punish them. All right, so that's one of the best things you can do on wake up. If you think your opponent's going to block, so they're on the ground, boot, you also have the option of throwing. You also have the option of just going with more pressure, just hitting more buttons. You can neutral jump, attack, walk in, and then jump again and try to bait throws and things like that. The game is not really very mix-up heavy for the most part. It's a lot of neutral. It's a lot of baiting things out. It's a lot of mind games, and I think that's why I like this game so much. Some characters do have overheads. Like this is an overhead, but look how reactable that overhead is. He like pauses and screams before he even hits you with it. All right, so it is reactable. Some characters do have some good mix-ups, but for the most part, the game seems very neutral-based. It's very fun. I do enjoy it. If you have any particular questions, leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer them. I hope this helps and allows you guys to kind of understand the game and move forward with it. That's basically, it's the basic stuff that you need to know to move forward. And again, each character is going to be slightly different, so take your character into the lab, study them, understand what is negative on block, understand what moves you can wake up with that may or may not be invincible, and get your mind games down, because that's what this game is a lot about. So that's it. As always, I want to thank you for checking in. If you haven't already, be sure to click that subscribe button, and don't forget to click the bell so you get notified whenever I post new content. It's Gleez signing out. Thanks for checking in, and continue to game strong.